My wife accused me of cheating on her after I ran away for 1 hour and turned off my location to relax, but that was because she refuses to give me any space and time to myself when I'm at home, and she would even follow me if I tried to leave the house. Posted by you/clearsun9220. Throwaway account. Typing fast from my phone. I'll answer any questions after my meeting. I, 41M, have been with my wife, 37F, for 6 years. We have a 3-year-old daughter. My wife decided to be a stay-at-home mom after our baby was born and didn't go back to work after her maternity leave ended. We live in Canada. We divide the housework and childcare equally. I watch the baby 2 nights a week so she can go to the gym for a little mental health break. I asked her if I could have 1 night a week of quiet time. She asked what that was. I said, just pretend I'm not here. I'll be in our room reading or listening to music for 1 hour only. She agreed. Every single time, she came to our room either to talk or to tell me that she was bored. When I reminded her about our deal, she got upset and said I was making excuses to avoid spending time with her. Another time, I told her I would be going to the local coffee shop to read and just have 1 hour of quiet time. My wife decided to do a surprise visit there. She said the baby wanted to surprise her daddy. I smiled and said I just wanted a little quiet time. She sat down and talked so loudly I had to say, let's just go home. This time I decided to go to the public library. My wife asked where I was going. I told her I hadn't decided yet, but as per our deal, it was my night. She got upset because I was refusing to share where I was going. That 1 hour of quiet time was heavenly. No one called my name, and I came back home so happy. When I came home, my wife was furious. She said she wanted to check my phone, then asked if I was seeing or talking to anyone. I laughed. I said I was at the library. You can ask the librarians if they saw me. She has been really cold to me and says I should have shared my location since she does. Well, I know she goes to the gym. Was I a jerk for refusing to share where I was? I decided to stay longer at work in the future and take advantage of the quiet office since now my wife knows about the library. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Your wife needs to be willing to give you 1 hour of free time. I don't blame you for approaching the situation the way you are, but it sounds like you need to sit down with her to work this out instead of not sharing information. Downvoted commenter 2. Does your wife get an hour of free time? Does your wife get to spend time with you? Because it sounds like she's desperate for time with you. It could be that you're an introvert, and you need to recharge your batteries by being alone, and she's an extrovert who needs to recharge her batteries by being with you. Ops response. I'm gonna ask her if she is interested in 1 hour of quiet time or hang out with her friends time. I know she goes on lunch dates with other moms, but with our daughter, so it's not exactly me time. We watch shows together and cuddle every night. Does that count? Downvoted commenter 3. The post is written in a way that paints you in the best of lights. We divide the housework and childcare equally. I watch the baby 2 nights a week so she can go to the gym for a little mental health break. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt regarding the housework, but with the childcare, if she's a stay-at-home mom, she has your child 7 days a week. And you are maybe helping her 5 nights a week, and the other 2 nights you graciously allow her to go to the gym. Since this post is regarding whether you're a jerk or not for sharing your location with your wife, not the jerk. If the post had been a different question, you would definitely be a massive jerk. Ops response. I'm not trying to make myself look like a martyr. I wanted to mention that I'm not an absentee husband or dad. I also don't expect her to do all the housework. I live in this house, so it's my responsibility too. Commenter 3. I think she's maybe insecure. I'm a stay-at-home mom too, and we can get in our heads sometimes. That's why she is randomly appearing during your quiet time. Maybe she thinks you're having an affair. What about also having a time just for the 2 of you? Take 1 day of the week and go for a walk or for some coffee, just you 2. She will feel much better and probably won't disturb you during your time. Not the jerk for not sharing your location, but there are some changes you can make to improve the situation. Ops response. Honestly, if she had promised me not to interrupt, I would have had no problem taking my alone time break at home. Update 1 day later. I got so many DMs asking if I talked to her, and why I needed alone time. It really makes a difference in my mental health. I really don't know what to do. She is now fully convinced I'm having an affair. In her conspiracy plot, I need alone time because I resent her, and I was alone with some affair partner that night. She refuses to even have a calm conversation with me. I told her I can have my quiet time at home if it puts her mind at ease, only if she promises not to interrupt me. She made a snarky comment asking what my affair partner would think. I just stopped trying to convince her. Things have been rocky. I have no plan of taking my quiet time anymore, at least until things get better. P.S. Example of how she interrupts my alone time at home. One time I was lying in bed watching the rerun of an old sitcom on our bedroom TV, just to decompress. She opened the door asking what I was watching. I said Seinfeld. Then she sat down and kept saying how boring and overrated the show was. Then she went on saying how Jerry Seinfeld is a gross man. Then she said the show is not even funny. Then on and on. I told her I wasn't watching the show for educational purposes. She said we could be watching a decent show together now, but I chose to watch this crap. I said we do that every night after we put the baby to bed. She said then why waste your time watching this? I just turned off the TV. I was done. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. What do people say around here? If they accuse you of cheating, check their phone. Ops response. Okay, I briefly checked hers. Nothing suspicious, but she did rant to her best friend about me. She said she knows I'm cheating but feels crazy because she can't prove it. Her best friend told her to trust her heart. I honestly don't know how to prove myself. She did check my phone. She has all my passwords. I have nothing to hide. Commenter 2. She sounds exhausting, to be honest. Was she like this before the kid was born? Sounds like she misses being free to choose her time and day plans and resents that 1 hour you have to yourself. Ops response. No, but she was working full-time back then. I used to go to my running club, and she would go to the gym. I gave up on that since I'm trying to cut expenses, now that we are a one-income family. In return, I asked for quiet time. Commenter 2. By this, it sounds like she needs to get a part-time job so she can socialize a bit. She's probably going nuts from the isolation to the house and kid. It might help her. Ops response. Her old boss suggested that, but she said no. Commenter 3. Question, maybe it was covered and I missed it. How often do you two date? Do you have a regular sitter? Instead of her going to the gym alone, you both go. Then gently tell her, honey, you need a part-time job or a hobby that gets you out more. A part-time job would give spending money, or you could bank it so you can take vacations together. You can save and pick a place and go. You team this together. What do you think? Ops response. My in-laws live close to us. They watch our daughter sometimes. We go to the movies and dinner sometimes. We don't go on dates like we used to. On the weekends, we do family stuff with our daughter, like going to a fair or something kid-related. My wife actually goes to the gym with her friend. She hates doing stuff alone or even being alone. Commenter 4. This is crazy making. Your request seems perfectly reasonable to me, but she couldn't honor it when you tried to carve out a single hour at home. And as soon as you went somewhere else, she stalked you. I would have turned off my damn location too. How long has she been a stay-at-home mom? How often do the two of you get away for some quality couples time? Ops response. She had 18 months of paid mat leave and decided not to go back after that. Second update 3 days later. My life has been a living hell. I checked her phone. There was nothing suspicious. She had a long conversation with her best friend about how she knows I'm cheating, and that's why I'm avoiding her and want alone time. She said she was frustrated because she couldn't prove it, but she just knew. Her best friend told her to trust her heart. I tried multiple times to sit her down and talk to her, but it ended with her yelling at me, and she is becoming more upset. She is very cold to me and avoids any conversations with me. Mentally, I'm a mess. I wanted to go for a long walk yesterday. I told her where I was going. She rolled her eyes and said, more alone times? Or mistress misses you? I decided not to go. I really don't know how to prove myself. I gave up on any alone time. She doesn't even talk to me, so date nights are gone too. I ruined my marriage over one quiet, alone reading time at the library. Added later, she doesn't go to the gym anymore. I asked her why. She said, why do you care? You were planning to bring your mistress home when I'm not home? Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Is this new behavior from her? Does she react this way when you go to hang out with your friends? Ops response. I haven't gone out with my friends in a long time. Before having kids, she had no problem at all if I went out with my friends to see a hockey game or just have dinner. She knows all my friends and their wives very well. Commenter 2. It feels by her behavior like she is very lonely, which is why she's constantly trying to start conversations with you. That might be what's at the heart of this. When she had a job, she was not lonely. Ops response. Her boss offered her old job to her many times, even gave her the option to work part-time. She said she doesn't want to work anymore. I can't force her either. I completely agree with you. She was much happier when she was working. Commenter 3. Her friend is filling her up with stories. Has that friend hated you by any chance? Ops response. She doesn't hate me as far as I'm aware. She got a divorce a few years ago and kept mentioning all these signs sound familiar, and my wife should trust her heart. Third update 3 days later. I tried to make Mother's Day special for her. I made a handprint homemade card with our kid for her. We, our kid and I, but technically from our kid, made a special breakfast for her. She said thanks to our kid and hugged her, but things were the same between us. I was planning to barbecue for dinner. I realized I needed to replace the propane tank. I told her I was going to buy one. I was stupid enough to stop by the local French bakery to buy a special dessert for Mother's Day. There was a lineup, but I thought it was worth it since they had her favorite dessert, and it would be a nice surprise for her. When I came home, my wife lost it. She started screaming that I was out with my mistress, and that's why it took so long. I showed her the dessert. She grabbed it from my hand and threw it in the trash, saying it was a cover for my affair. I told her how on earth I could possibly have met my hypothetical mistress and bought this in less than an hour. She told me she was done. She grabbed our kid and left. She has been staying at her parents'. I tried contacting her, but she doesn't reply. I guess the next step is talking to an attorney about shared custody. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Nope. She's been checked out because she believed all the crap her friend was spewing. Lawyer up ASAP. Document all her crazy behaviors, all the incidents, and any emails and texts exchanged. Try to see if you can get an emergency court order for your kid because your wife sounds seriously unstable right now. If it would help, talk to her parents and let them know what's going on, because this isn't normal. She's unhinged. Fourth update 3.5 months later. I spoke with an attorney, like I mentioned before. For now, things are moving towards setting up a custody arrangement, and I'll also have to pay alimony and child support since she has no source of income. She is staying at our place, but she does let me visit our kid, which I'm thankful for. She still says I broke the family by being selfish and not fighting for it. I feel guilty because I wish I could be with my kid all the time. I keep questioning myself, wondering if maybe I was selfish. It's heartbreaking, but it seems like my wife has made up her mind. I've also started individual therapy because I realized I can't control her suspicions or rebuild trust by myself if she isn't willing. What I can control is how I show up for my kid and how I handle this whole situation. For the record, I never cheated on her, and no, I'm not seeing anyone now. I honestly have no idea what's going on with her at this point. I'm not sure if she is seeing anyone, but that's none of my business anyway. My focus is entirely on my kid and making sure she feels loved and supported. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Get a better lawyer. She had a job before and decided to be a stay-at-home mom, so she has earning capacity. She needs to get a new job, and you need to fight for more time with your child. You also need to force a sale of the house, split between the two of you. Commenter 2. Your wife, ex-wife, has serious mental issues she needs to deal with. It's a shame that you couldn't give her the help she needed. I hope one day she realizes how badly she messed up. If she doesn't get professional help and get a grip, she will never have a lasting relationship with anyone. No one will ever put up with that kind of stupid BS. No one should ever have to deal with unfounded accusations. Does she really not understand you just wanted 1 hour to yourself since she gets alone time? She should, she agreed. This is 100% her fault. It's really pathetic she couldn't handle not bothering you for 1 hour. If she could have followed through with what she agreed to, none of that would have happened. You sure she wasn't screwing someone during her alone time? Commenter 3. My husband, a divorce attorney, has a statement that I refer to often. It takes 2 people to get married, but only 1 to get a divorce. It applies here. Your wife decided to get divorced, and nothing you can do can change her mind. Moving forward, focusing on your child, and working on yourself in therapy is what you do now. And if you have a pastor, rabbi, etc., I recommend you visit with that person, too, to help your spirit find comfort as you rebuild your life as well. I'm sorry your wife turned out to be this way, but you gained a beautiful child and some life experience. Go forward with that. Editor's note. Op deleted his account sometime after his last post/update, so it's safe to say that there are not going to be any more updates from that account and that this story is most likely concluded.